Good afternoon and happy Thursday, everyone. It is Scott Wohlers with River Place Capital. It is Thursday, January the 20th. I hope everyone is having a wonderful start to the new year and everything is going well for you, but wanted to talk about what's been going on in markets this year to start. And we're off to after another incredible year in the markets, up over 25% on the S&P 500. We are off to our worst start since 2009 in the stock market. And the S&P 500 is down as of last Friday 2.2%. And wanted to talk a little bit about what kind of has driven that so far year to date and what was in the heavy selling pressure we've seen so far on Tuesday and Wednesday this week, and where we see markets moving forward from here. So we moved into this year, and the narrative in the market was that we were going to see this rotation back from growth to value, and that we were going to start to see value lead us higher this year in the marketplace. And interest rates were rising and have been rising very dramatically over the course of the year so far, and have broken through some key resistance levels, and has really sent the NASDAQ down to where the NASDAQ as of yesterday was in correction territory, meaning it's down 10% from its recent highs. And so anytime that there's a rotation from growth to value, you are going to see some of that selling pressure, especially in the NASDAQ, where a lot of your growth names reside. But what we saw on Tuesday was that maybe this switch from growth to value is not just a sector rotation where you see selling in one and buying in the other, but this is just kind of an overall correction that we're seeing in the market. And we've been very good long time without a decent correction in the market. So what we are seeing is very much correction-like behavior. Now, corrections are normal, they're good, they're healthy, they create great buying opportunities. But what we've seen so far is we've been in this dead period as we are just now entering into corporate earnings season, and companies for 2 weeks prior to their earnings cannot release any information, and it's called the quiet period. So during these times, you can have markets really move and be manipulated off of not a lot of information and more or less just speculation. And so what has really driven the markets down to start the year has been off of the fear that the Fed is going to be overreactive, and they are going to raise interest rates too much, too quickly, and it's going to cause the economy to slow down, and it's going to cause the market to move down, and the Fed's going to be overly aggressive. And that message took hold in the markets to start the year off, and that's why we've seen the selling that we've seen. Now, we are in earnings season, and what we are going to be looking for this quarter is we want to see how margins, corporate margins, look, and what the margin projections are for these companies, and how consistent we expect their earnings to be, and if there's going to continue to be earnings growth, even though we are in a higher inflationary environment. So those are the key takeaways here that we're really looking at River Place moving forward into this year and into this earnings season. Now, no one can tell you when a correction is over, or when it's going to be over, or when it's done. Unfortunately, no one can time the market. But when you start to see your previous leadership start to roll over, and when I mean roll over, get sold off as well, that is typically an indicator that the correction may or may not, or the correction may be over with. So we saw that in the names of Apple this week, where we saw a significant amount of selling pressure, and it started to bounce back and recover, telling us that maybe we hit the bottom of this correction and we should see markets start to move upward from here. But as always, if you have questions about what's going on in your individual portfolio, or what's going on specifically in your life that you need questions with or help with, feel free to give us a call. We're easy to talk to. You can reach us at 904-346-3460, or as always, check us out online at www.riverplacecapital.com. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks so much.